Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another foundation review. I'm actually fairly excited to test this foundation out today. This is the new Maybelline Superstay Stick Foundation. You guys know that I'm a massive fan of the Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. Like, it's literally one of my holy grails now. I'm obsessed with it. And this is evidently like a stick version of it. Now, I am a little bit late on the bandwagon with this one, and that is because it's only just launching here in Australia now. I think maybe early next year. Yes. Haven't got any more information. That's all I've got. So pretty much what we're going to do is test it out. I'm going to be wearing it all day to see how it goes on my oily skin type as per the usual. And then, I'm going to do a check-in midway through the day. And then I'm also going to do a final check-in later on tonight. Hopefully not looking like a hot mess. We'll see. And we'll see how it holds up on my skin. Hopefully good. Hopefully it's as good as the liquid version because I do really like the idea of this one. It's portable, it's handy, it's quick to apply. Like, I'm intrigued. So yes, if you want to hear my thoughts and see a full review on the new Maybelline Superstay Stick Foundation, it's quite a long name, isn't it? Then keep on watching. All right, so it's available from Ulta for those of you in the States. Like I said, I haven't got any more information, but I'm assuming it'll be available like Chemist Warehouse, Priceline, like all those kinds of places here in Australia. I'll update that information once I have it, but $11.99 US on the Ulta website. It comes in 16 shades, which is really good to see. So this is Maybelline's first multi-use foundation stick. It is an all-in-one foundation stick for up to 24-hour wear. Oh my gosh, I hope it's the same formula as the Superstay Full Coverage because that's a 24-hour one too. Oh, I'm going to be so excited if it is. You can use it to do your foundation base. You can use it to conceal, and you can also use it to contour if you grab it in different shades. It's got a precision pointed tip blender sponge on one end, which I can see, and I must admit I'm not a fan of that. I mean, yeah, great for when you're on the go and, maybe you've got a blemish and your foundation has sort of transferred off your blemish and you're wanting to touch up that area. But, I mean, it would literally take hours to apply your foundation with that. So, apply foundation stick onto skin and blend with fingertips. Also, maybe you just use that to touch up. I'm not going to apply with my fingers, though. No, I don't like to apply my foundation with my fingers, so I will be using a regular sponge, and I'll try it with a brush as well so that you guys can tell the difference. And the only other thing I can see is it is a cream to matte finish. So yeah, pretty much let's just jump into it. So I've got 4 shades here, and to be honest, I'm not sure any of these. Maybe 120 Classic Ivory. I'm not sure any of these are going to match, so we're going to see how we go. I am the shade Warm Sun in the original, like the liquid version, and none of these shades look even somewhat close to that. So I'm going to try 130 Buff Beige. Now, as per the usual, and with all of my foundation reviews, I've applied primer to this side of my face only. It just gives you guys a bit of an idea of how the foundation performs with a primer and without it. So let's try this color out. Now, this is the packaging, actually. Packaging is quite cute. You've got the little cap that removes at the top. Now, you do only get 7 grams of product in this, and it is priced exactly the same as the liquid version, which means you're getting a all right, you get hardly any. What? Unless it's like super full coverage. That is tiny. What? All right, so I just quickly checked all my other stick foundations because I'm like really confused about this. And it turns out that majority of them are around the 7 gram mark as well. The Hourglass Vanish was the only one that I have that's different, and that's 7.2 grams. But for reference, the Superstay Full Coverage Foundation, you get 30 ml in this, and it's the same price. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so it's very full coverage when you sort of swipe it on. It feels very smooth on the skin. This is the side with no primer as well. The color might not be too bad, actually. Oh, I nearly erased like half of my eyebrow. And I'm going to try blending that in with a sponge. Oh, it's nice and lightweight. It's blending out really well. I'm not having any issues getting that to blend out at all. It looks quite nice on the skin. Oh, don't mind. I colored my hair roots, like the roots of my hair, and it's all on my skin around my hairline. So it looks a little bit janky. We're just going to ignore that. So that has actually applied really nicely on my skin. It looks really smooth. It is definitely a matte, like a cream to matte finish. My skin feels very velvety. It nearly feels kind of powdery, not like a bad powdery, but it feels like it's been powdered. Like, it's definitely a matte finish. It's very lightweight. I certainly wouldn't say it's a full coverage. I would call this like a light to medium coverage at this point, but it does look quite nice. Now we'll see how it performs on the other side with the primer, because sometimes it's completely different. I guess I'll just do the same thing that I did. So sort of 3 on my cheek, 1 on the bottom, and then I did kind of like this situation. Blends out really well with a sponge. I might actually quickly try with my fingers. I mean, this is not how I would normally apply a foundation. I just don't like it. But, you know, if the directions say that's how they want it used, and I'm sure that there are a lot of you guys out there that do this, we'll follow the directions. To be honest, it blends much better with a sponge. Let's quickly try a brush. Maybe it's different with a brush. All right, so with a brush, you get way less coverage. With your fingers, you get way less coverage, and it also gets a little patchy when blending with your fingers, so I would hands down recommend using a sponge. The finish is quite nice with a sponge. All right, so I'm not seeing really a huge difference on the skin between the side where I've got no primer and the side that I do. I feel like they look fairly well the same. Like I don't feel the side without, you know, like my pores look enlarged or, you know, anything like that. It's definitely lower coverage with 1 layer. I do want to actually build this up, see what it looks like. Fuller coverage, but I'm going to show you my skin close up first so you can see what it's like. All right, so here is the side with no primer. I feel like it looks really, really smooth. It is extremely lightweight, like extremely lightweight on the skin. Like I do not feel like I've applied a foundation at all, like literally none at all. Like it just feels like there's nothing on my skin, which is so cool. And then this is the side with the primer. It doesn't look anywhere near as smooth down here. This is the area where I blended with my fingers. And then I sort of use the brush up here. It works best with a sponge. So what I'm going to do now is actually go in and apply a second layer. I'm going to do the same thing. So, I don't know if it seems to dry down fairly quickly, and it is a 24-hour one. So I wouldn't be going and probably putting it over the entire face and then blending it out, because you might find that the side that you blend second set down and doesn't want to blend. Might put a bit on my nose though. Works. All right, blending all of that in. It looks beautiful with a second layer. It's not causing texture on the skin. It's not causing caking. I feel like it looks really nice. Stick foundations are great too because they are buildable. Like you can chuck them on really quickly and easily for like, you know, everyday natural makeup kind of a thing, or you can really build them up for like super perfect full coverage skin. All right, I'm going to take a little of the lighter one. This is 120 Classic Ivory. And I'm going to use a little of that just under my eyes, kind of as a highlighter, and also bridge of my nose too. Oh, look, chin as well. Why not? We're here to party. I want to see how it goes when used as a concealer so you guys know. I don't have a darker shade to test how it contours. I'm sorry. I mean, based on what I've seen so far, I think it would work very well because it does blend out beautifully. I think that worked fairly well. It doesn't give you the coverage of a concealer. I wouldn't be using it personally myself as a concealer. I would use it as a base and then I would use my normal concealer. But if you're someone who doesn't like, you know, super full coverage concealer, it would be perfect because it does blend out really well. All right, so this is the finished skin with those 2 layers applied. I don't feel the need to apply a 3rd layer. I'm pretty happy with this coverage. It looks very, very nice and smooth on the skin. I feel like it looks healthy. I feel like it looks quite natural. Like I said, it's it's certainly a cream to powder finish. My skin, I don't even feel like I need to powder, to be honest. I will because I'm a hot, oily mess, but yeah, if you've got normal skin or dry skin, you would not need to apply a powder over this. Like it's perfect. So side with the primer, I still can't see a huge difference between the two. Side without the primer. It looks beautiful in the mirror that I'm looking at. Not sure what it's looking like on the camera, but I'm impressed. Cool, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup. I'll come back and show you what the skin looks like after it's powdered and stuff, and then we'll start our check-ins. All right, so I'm back and I've got the rest of my makeup on. I had to tie my hair up. It was driving me absolutely insane. It's so hot here in Australia at the minute. I low-key am really, really impressed at how my skin is looking with this foundation. I feel like it looks very smooth. I feel like it feels really nice. It doesn't feel heavy at all. I feel like it's got like a soft kind of a look on the skin. Like it doesn't look like too matte and too heavy and too cakey. Sometimes stick foundations sort of, I don't know, they get like this weird sort of a finish to them. I feel like it looks really nice. I'll zoom in and show you close up. So here is my skin close up. I just think it really does look really, really pretty. So here is the side without primer. So this is just the foundation applied over the top of my skin. It's not settling into my pores. It's not settling into my fine lines. It looks smooth. It feels smooth. Like, so far so good. And then here is the side with the Hourglass Mineral Veil on top. To be honest, I can't tell a huge difference between the two sides. Like, I feel like they look relatively similar. Yeah, I mean, this might be a foundation that actually works really, really well without a primer. So yeah, pretty much I'm just going to start the wear tests now, guys. So I'll do probably an update in about 6 hours. Then I'll do a final update later on tonight and show you sort of how my skin is sitting after like a good, I mean, it's probably going to be 12, at least definitely 12 hours with this foundation on, hopefully. Hopefully she lasts really well throughout the day. So yes, I'll see you guys very, very soon. All right, guys, so I am back here with my second check-in. Excuse if oh my God, I'm completely disheveled. I've been outside in the wind. We got like new outdoor lounges for our outdoor area and we've just been setting them up. Foundation is looking pretty good. It's also way later than I was supposed to be doing this check-in. It's 4:30. I put that foundation on this morning at, oh no, it would have been just after 8. Maybe like, I know, 10 past 8. So I've actually had it on for 8 hours already. Shivers. It's looking pretty good for 8 hours. I've certainly got oil through the T-zone. I was wearing sunglasses, so I have had like transference of the foundation on either side of my nose here. I wonder if we can like push that back in. That usually like nearly 9 times out of 10 always happens with me with foundation and glasses. Like it's just a mess. As far as everything else goes though, I'm not looking particularly cakey. Has transferred off sort of just underneath my chin here. I did have like a t-shirt on earlier, so I've ripped that off. I'd say that that's where that has gone, but it's not looking like it's looking pretty good. It hasn't broken up or separated anywhere. I mean, for 8 hours of wear to look like this, damn. Like that is pretty good, especially for an affordable drugstore foundation. So here is my skin close up. You can see it's sort of like missing a little bit from the side of my nose. And there's a little bit sort of missing here, but it's pretty good. Like seriously, I don't think it looks cakey. I don't think that it looks like a hot mess. You know, it's not the best and it's certainly nowhere near as good as the Superstay 24-hour full coverage, like the liquid version. But for a stick foundation, I'm pretty impressed. Oh, there might be a little bit of texture just here. Looking pretty good. So I'm going to keep wearing this and I will be back probably maybe in another 2, 3, 4 hours. 4 hours will get us to 12 hours. 4 hours. I'll see you in 4 hours. Hey guys, so back with my final check-in for the day. It's probably only been another 3 hours to be honest, but girl, I'm tired and I want to go to bed. To be honest, I don't actually think that there is really any difference in the way that my skin is looking now to how it was looking earlier on. Honestly, this is a really, really good stick foundation. It's performed much, much better than a lot of higher end, you know, more pricey stick foundations. I feel like it's not really that transfer proof. I wouldn't be purchasing this one if you're looking for a really, really, you know, like budge proof, smudge proof, like transfer proof foundation. But certainly if you're an oily skin type, you like a lighter coverage and you're wanting something that's, you know, quick to put on, quick to blend out, you know, like quick to apply kind of a thing, then this is definitely going to be one to look into. It looks really, really good on the skin and it freakishly doesn't look that oily at all. I'm definitely really oily. And if I was to grab blotting paper, you know what? I'll do it. Like you'll be able to see how oily I really am from this. But it's held up really well. You know, it hasn't separated. It hasn't broken up. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's held up really, really well despite that fact. Like I said earlier, it's really important for me for foundations. Did I say even in this video? I say it all the time. For me with foundations, it's important that when my oils do come through, they stay like put together. Like it's fine if I get shiny, like that's fine. I can touch that up with a little bit of powder. But if it gets cakey, if it starts separating everywhere, and if it just looks horrible on the skin, she's pretty much a no-go zone. But like this has held up incredibly well. I'll zoom you in and show you close up before I blot the rest. Like it's actually pretty amazing how well this is worn on the skin. We've got no separation, and we've got a lot of oil but no separation. Very minimal caking. I do feel like there's a little texture here, right here on the side of my mouth. and maybe a little bit on the other side, sort of like in exactly the same region, but it's really nothing bad at all. As far as the difference between the two sides, I don't think there's a huge difference between the side with the primer and the side without, to be honest. I feel like it's held up just as well on either side. It's definitely a really long wearing foundation. Overall, I think it looks really, really nice. I'm definitely really impressed, and I'm definitely going to be leaning towards using this one, you know, on those days when I just really quickly want to chuck my makeup on and I want to look polished and I want it to last really well, but I'm not necessarily concerned about, you know, like super, super, super full coverage or super, super perfect looking, you know, like flawless skin. Like, it's just a really good everyday product, I think. And I mean, it's got the added bonus of being able to chuck it like in your handbag and touch up on the go. Yeah, so those are pretty much my thoughts on that one, guys. Thank you to all of you who did request to see a review on this. I like it. It's definitely Nikkia approved. Is it my favorite, most long-lasting foundation? No. Will I be using it again? Definitely, definitely, definitely. This is more of like an everyday kind of a foundation for me, as opposed to like a foundation for special occasions. But boy, oh boy, this one's sister, the Liquid Superstay 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. Oh, that is a foundation for special occasions. Absolutely like incredible on the skin. I adore it. So between the two, there's certainly something for everyone. All right, guys, I hope today's video was helpful. I hope that it answered any questions you might have had about the foundation. If you have any more, please be sure to pop them in the comment section down below. I'll be down there replying to everything. Well, not everything, but like as much as I can. I try as hard as I can to reply to as many comments as possible. Yes, I love you all so, so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!